Hello, everyone. It's Shawn, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 7 on the year. Again, we're going to keep trekking forward, even though we're all hunkered down in the house. We're all about providing value, consistently educating you on a variety of different topics, disciplines, businesses. We're here to help you grow from your business, personal, etc., your health. So I have a guest on. I want to bring him onto the screen and have him introduce himself. But his name is Shawn Abrams. I want to welcome him onto the show. What's going on, Shawn?
What's going on today?
I'm doing excellent. How are you doing?
Great, man. We're in social isolation here or social distancing, and just trying to make the best of it, right?
That's all we can do. So it's all about making sure you get all the work done for the kids, for schooling, and then if for a business, making sure everyone's trying to get those calls done, but also doing some virtual, meetings or virtual, meetups. This is the way to go. Like why not? You're sitting at home. You're lucky enough to be by, a hot area and you're by the pool, right?
Yes, sir. We actually decided to socially distance ourselves into a new area last night and decided to come down to Florida and be closer to family, and have a pool access at the house and just be able to let the kids run in the backyard and not be stuck in the weather, right? So
for sure. Now, Shawn, can you give my community a little snippet of what you're involved in, what kind of business, what you're looking like, a message that you want to get out to the masses?
Yeah, basically, I try to help people be positive and find a health routine in their lives. It's totally transformed my life in the past 2 years, and then I decided to try and take that forward and bring it to the masses. And it's been transformational for me. So I try to be positive in everybody else's light and show them that they can do it. Right, that it's not something that's too hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really, like we've talked about, structure and finding little bits of time to add that into your life, right? So,
no, besides having an awesome first name, I know Shawn and I, again, a lot of things he talks about, it resonates with me, like keeping yourself healthy and staying positive and having goals and having routines. Do you want to talk about some of the routines that you might kind of practice what you preach, etc.?
Yeah, personally, I try to stick, especially in this time, right? Because it's chaos. There's a lot of things going on. I just want to let you all know that if you're struggling with anything, just reach out. I think we all need to stay connected and community wise, right? Especially like the Connection Machine people. I think the new norm that we got going on right now is sometimes a little daunting psychologically, right? So no matter what it is, please reach out to somebody. Make sure you're talking to somebody for sure. But other than that, my daily routine, I try to keep the same from the morning, because that's where I do my health. That's where I do meditation. I do affirmations and gratitudes, and I get in my workout, right? And then my breakfast and my kids. And then by 8:30, I got to be at the computer again working, right? So I try to keep that the same, because then I have some sort of semblance of normalcy in this chaos. And that helps me stay centered and stay aligned to what my goals are for the future.
What did you do before you're involved in now? What was kind of the routines you had? What kind of business were you involved? Were you always doing what you're doing now?
No. So my day job, I actually have a full-time day job, kind of like you. And I actually do medical sales for a distribution company. So I'm in the thick of it with the Corona stuff all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to harp too much on that, but a lot of PPE stuff comes from China, and that's a whole nother debacle. So we're trying to deal with that and keep the continuity of the supply chain going on throughout the day. And then I do the health coaching on the side. Because I went through a big transformation myself, going from a negative mindset and a fixed mindset per se to a growth mindset. And as I went through that, health and structure and self-development became instrumental in all that. And then I finally said, all right, well, how do I pass that forward, right? And the funny story is, my wife, I went through a digital minimalism kick before all this happened. I didn't have Facebook on my phone. I didn't have Instagram on my phone. I literally deleted it all. And I was sitting there with my wife one day. I'm like, how do I pass this forward? Like, I've done all this like personal development, And I know other people probably need to hear some sort of message that they can do it, they can change if they want to. And, I went through the hard part of it. How do I make it faster for somebody else? And so one day she came back to me like a week later and was like, hey, check this guy out on Instagram. And I started talking to him, and that's how we got connected, and how he allowed me to go ahead and figure out how to start health coaching people and use the same resources I'm using for other people.
So you've been doing the health coaching more virtually. Correct. Over the course of time now. This is not something new. Like, a lot of people today have their face-to-face meetings, have their business that they're involved in. They actually have to shake hands and have that kind of one-on-one. You've been doing this virtually over a period of time now. What has helped you develop some habits to make sure that it comes across properly for those that this is all new to? I know a lot of people, this is brand new. Even getting in front of the camera is tough for a lot of people.
Like, I think I was telling you, this is my first Facebook Live together with somebody else, right? And it's all a learning curve, right? I think we have to find a way to be excited about being different in our lives, right? And throwing in or being uncomfortable, I guess, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing that we learned. I was listening to an audiobook last night on the drive. I don't know if you know who Dave Hollis is.
That name I'm going to have to write down. No, I think, what does he do?
He's Rachel Hollis's husband, who wrote the book "Girl, Wash Your Face."
Okay, I did not. That's a book I got to put down. Okay.
Yeah, but he just wrote a book himself about how to get yourself unstuck, and I was listening to it last night. And funny thing is everything that I've gone through personally, I relate with his story. It comes from the side of skepticism on all these positive people and whatever. Like, he was a naysayer on them. He's like, oh, you're selling hogwash and blah, blah. And then his wife becomes one of these big bestsellers in that realm. And then he's now part of the CEO of the company, and that's all he does. And he's the biggest believer in that transformation. And for him, I think he said he's been sober for like 3 years now.
Awesome.
And that was some of the things that have transferred in him. And personally, I was sober in August. Right. I stopped drinking in August because I needed a new challenge, and I wanted to change my mindset around connection. Right. And a lot of my connections all revolved around the bar.
Yeah.
I wanted to have bigger conversations about life and just be excited about it. So I challenged myself to stop for August till January 1st. Honestly, I just kept it rolling. So it's cool just to see how people relate that way. Right.
That's awesome. Man, I appreciate everything you just said as far as having that growth mindset, personal development, making sure you're educating yourself, listening or reading books from other people so that we can always continue to grow. Because if you don't do anything, you're going to be stagnant. You're going to be doing the same thing you did last year. And if you're doing the same thing you did last year, you're not growing. You're not challenging yourself. You're not putting yourself out there. And outside your comfort zone is a problem. People don't want to, dance around that area. But if you dance around and go outside your normalcy, you'll see how it changes you tremendously.
Opportunities there, right? I mean, it's crazy to think like, 2 years ago, I was self-loathing. I was, self-limiting in my own mind. And I didn't accept myself, so to speak. And that was my biggest issue. I couldn't get out of my own way. And then I got uncomfortable and said, screw it. I need something to change, because I looked at my life, and over the past 20 years, the only constant within that and all those changes is me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I needed to finally focus on me and not the external and chasing money or anything like that. I needed to find my own inner happiness so I could bring that to my family. And then I could bring that to my other relationships and my job. And then things start to really open up, and the world's crazy about that. So.
No, you could tell the energy that you bring. That's why I kind of, like I said, we resonate. You have the energy because you have the change that happened. You have a passion to share and help other people. I wish more people were like us about wanting to provide value, consistently helping others, educating others, loving others, so that it comes back because they know you're not bullshitting. You're actually caring for other human beings.
And if you live it, I mean, then it's even more powerful, right? Because it comes off on you like you do. Like, you live this connection, right? Like, this is what you live for. Right. You do everything else as a vehicle to do what you love, right? And money isn't always a necessary thing, but it's also not bad, right? It's the vehicle that lets us spend more time on the things we love. And that's why I think sometimes some of this stuff gets a bad rap. Some people have gotten into it for the money and ruined some of the thought processes of other people that we're talking to, especially from a social networking standpoint, right? And unfortunately, that doesn't allow us sometimes to get through the noise for some people. Right. And now you got to start changing and finding ways to provide that value, like you said. So that's why during this chaos, I was like, I'm going to stop talking about come join our virtual gym and pay whatever and just put out a free group, right? Because I think at this point, nobody knows what the hell's going on.
Yep.
And things are changing so drastically that let's just get together. Let's be a community. Let's strive to stay focused on our health and our game. And honestly, the group was put together. It's called Stronger Together, right? One, we can focus on all that and we can be together, putting out kids activities and other things. I put something from Medical Medium on how to just boost your immunity on there. And it's all free resources that we want to share with, right? So that I'm trying to take it to the next level and just serve people, because right now we just need that community because we're so socially distant, right?
Yeah, you're stuck where I'm hoping that most of that are in this community right now listening to us, and please hit that share button, hit the love button, drop a comment with whatever you want to ask us, myself or Shawn. And if you're involved in a business, drop a comment with your website, your cell phone, so we can all use this as a time to network ourselves. Because like Shawn was saying, this is a time that we can't be around each other, but we can do things like this. We can communicate via the phone, actually pick up the phone and actually have conversations. Like that's kind of weird, right? People, all they do is message, drop a post. I've been doing a lot of things too. I want to see what others are doing with how it's changed their, routine. Some people have never been home with their kids, and it's a scary thought for a lot of them that they're experiencing this. Like, oh my God, I got to help them with homework. They're going to be around me all the time. I got to juggle work. How am I going to do this? And I love just taking a moment, do a little quick selfie with your family, see what kind of the surroundings are, where are your laptops set up, where are your iPads, what are you doing? So we can see what others are doing. And maybe, like you said, help and maybe change the game and maybe try something different. Maybe start doing exercise if you're not exercising. And you could exercise, guys. We don't have to go to a gym. You can do things in your house. You can go outside. Just don't be around other people and do different workouts,
Yeah, I actually, the funny thing is on the page, I did a quick 10-day routine, right? So each day has a specific sample workout that's absolutely free. They're 40 minutes, get you a bunch of different ideas of what you can do at home and what type of things are available for you. If you like any of them, please hit me up. We can talk about how you get a little more advanced on it. But honestly, this is just for you guys to see that working out at home, that's all I've ever done, actually. Like, I don't like going to the gym. I want that time. I mean, the average commute is 10 to 15 minutes. Depending on where you live, it might be a little shorter because you walk down the block or whatever. By the time you get in, you check in, you get inside, it's 10 to 15 minutes each way.
Right. That's
half an hour in your day that you can utilize, one, maybe for family time, right? Because some of us work all day and we're always looking for more family time. Or two, to have a couple more calls, right? Or go and knock on some doors. I know a lot of people in this are real estate agents. I mean, are you guys knocking on doors, right? I listened to a guy named Kevion Sturdivant, who's out on the West Coast. He used to be with Keller Williams and just started his own thing called Case Real Estate. Has an awesome podcast on Long Story Short, in case you guys are ever looking for something really cool. It's 3 hours long, so it gets in there. Get through the first hour. It's his background story. The last two are super awesome. But it's episode number 50 on Long Story Short. Check that out, and that will change your whole look at what you're doing on a daily basis. He drops some great stuff in there. Then he also does something called Project Mindset, which is fixed versus growth stuff. There's a lot of be to have stuff that he does. Has some great resources that you guys can find. So
see, this is value, guys. We're dropping lots of value, lots of golden nuggets of information. Just a lot of you are afraid to do this kind of stuff. Set up with a StreamYard and send a link to somebody. Be like, hey, let's do a live. Let's drop some content. Let's educate people. But people they have that fear. But if you get outside your comfort zone, I guarantee it that it's gonna change you professionally, personally. It's a most wonderful thing. And I keep reiterating that we don't script anything. We had a conversation before we went live. We've never met before. And I know you because I follow what you're doing. And this is the beauty with social media, that I would love to see more people doing this, so it helps them grow too.
Another good tip that I just picked up from a social networking standpoint is voice notes. Drop voice notes, guys. Like hearing voice and having a conversation, like you said, pick up the phone. Like voice notes are kind of similar, and they just change the dynamic of text. So something cool just to kind of think about.
You know what you could also do is right now, you got to prove that smile, Shawn. Take a little picture of us going live right now.
Oh, your turn.
That's content.
There you go.
And it's something that, one, when you do have meetings, always have a selfie so you prove that you had that meeting. Two, mention somebody, do a post that you just had that call. And it proves that you're working, because you talk to any person in sales, they're always busy, but they're not busy doing anything. That's how the bullshit that comes to be thrown out there. But if you want to prove that you're actually working, so basically documenting who you're speaking to, and get in front of the camera. The more that you are more comfortable, you're going to be able to speak better. We're not scripting. We have just off the cuff. We're actually doing one thing, is listening to each other. We're not trying to worry about what we're going to say next. We're listening, and things are popping into our heads. We're getting the conversation flowing, and it's how beautiful this is.
Yeah. So speaking of which, what's your structure? I mean, you're usually at school and doing that thing for yourself. So how have you changed your structure, and what are you doing through your day?
We're doing like that. We have a Google Classroom for all the students. So we got to make sure from 10 to like 3, and we have like times that we have off periods or we have lunch. So that's why we're able to get on right now for 15 minutes. But it allows me to get up a little bit later. Usually I'm up at 5:30. I'm not gonna lie, I'm up at 7. Because my daughter, who had the liver transplant, has to have her medicine at 7. So we get up, give her a tacro, and we start our day. We have our little coffee, breakfast, etc. Jump on, I'm trying to be more active. Today's a rainy day, a little bit of rainy day kind of in New Jersey, but every moment we could do a kettlebell workout if I have a few minutes later on.
Yes.
Get on some calls, check out the computer, do a couple lives. My goal is to do 2 lives a day, just to continue to provide value and give before we ask for business. I'm always looking to help others for insurance. I do everything for those that are in Shawn's network. I'm an insurance broker. We've been doing things in New Jersey, but across the country now because of social media. If anyone needs anything as far as a connection, that's why I created the connectionmachine.biz platform where you can find anything that you're looking for. If you want to book a vacation, I have some great travel agents that I partnered with. You put in your information, we'll get you in contact.
Probably pretty deep right now.
They're not traveling, but yeah. Then I have a mentoring program. I teach a lot of professionals how to use video and social media to grow their business. And the last thing I'm involved in, that's in the screen itself, are these web cards. Those that don't have a website. This is a website, a mini website on steroids, but actually acts as a business card for those that have digital business cards. And it's fairly reasonable. And it's something that you can utilize and grow. You got to have a brand. That's why I have either a hat, or I have my polo, I have shirts. Try to brand yourself, because no matter what you do, people buy from you, not from the company.
And that's the biggest thing about social media, right? Because now everybody has it. Everybody's on it. Everybody has their voice. And as you develop that, you have to learn how to cut through the noise, right? And I'm still learning. Honestly, I had no clue what the hell I was doing the first few months, and I kind of still don't, right? We're just trying to figure it out as we go and try to find that voice of how do you speak and reach other people that just need to hear your voice, because it's unique. It's, everybody's looking for that niche market, but it's actually you. I just heard that the other day explained perfectly, is that, you don't need a niche market. You just need to accept you and be you, because that is your niche market. It's you.
100%. 100%. What are some last, final words that you would love to share with the community? For those that are watching #live, if you're on the replay, #replay, what do you want to end on as far as helping those that are watching?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's consistency and effort, right? I mean, from a health standpoint, it's consistency and effort. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter, if you like spinning or whatever it is, or you want to do keto from a nutritional standpoint. You just need to be consistent, and you have to be willing to go through the effort to get to the other side, and make yourself uncomfortable, right? And that's kind of what we don't preach any diets or anything like that. We want to teach good nutrition, learn how to eat properly, and then everything else you want to do, you can do. And don't make it a cheat meal. It's a reward meal because you worked your ass off all week, right? Stay in the positive mindset so that way things don't have a negative connotation for your life. And you'll be interested to see how much that flows alongside everything else you do, because once you're centered and once you're aligned and you fill up your cup, you can give to your family more. You can give to your job more. And that's why I stay structured in that morning. And I actually, on the free group, I put out this one because I travel a little bit, just a habit tracker.
Oh, okay. I saw that.
So it's got a bunch of different stuff to check off as you go through. And, it's just one of those things, especially if you're working from home, it's a new norm for you if you're not used to it. And when I first started working from home in my day job, I literally still put on a suit and tie for the first 2 years, even if I was in the office, because I needed to teach myself and learn how to be, living like an X. Like for you ex-smokers out there, which I was one when I was younger, you had to learn how to live at an X, right? Drive a car, go to the bar, whatever, without having to do that and have that fixation. So you got to teach your muscles differently.
No, man, I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to drop all this value on our, in our communities. Please, when we are off, jump in and drop a couple comments as far as any way that you want them to contact you, Instagram and websites and any groups, so we can make sure that they all get involved with that. I'll do the same. And definitely keep crushing it, brother. I appreciate you again learning. I'll definitely get into that group if I haven't already. And definitely we'll meet up whenever we're able to, have a face-to-face in the near future, hopefully soon.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, throw a pound, because that's what I like to do after all my stuff, because it's just fun, man. It's like throwing high fives. Everybody's smiling, right? So
no doubt about it.
Thanks for connecting, everybody. And it's an honor just to come on here and talk and have an opportunity to talk to everybody else. And, you do a lot of good work. So, man, keep it up. Appreciate it.
Thanks, brother. Enjoy the weather.
All right, man. We'll do. See you.
All right, Shawn. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too, man.
There you have it, guys. Another awesome live. Shawn Abrams. Connect with him. Let's all grow together. If you have questions, please reach out to me. You can message me. Go to the website, connectionmachine.biz. Call me at 201-320-3454. Go to connectionmachine.biz. Excuse me, Connection Machine, the group. If you want to interested in growing your video game, go to Crushing Video and Social Media. And I hope you have
this guy
an awesome day.
Talked a bunch of stuff. See ya.